The police station was cold, its sterile white lights buzzing faintly above me as I handed the thick manila envelope to the officer at the front desk. My hands were stained with dirt and dried blood from my frantic, barefoot run through the rain, but my mind was sharper than it had been in a decade. I need to report a crime, I said, my voice eerily calm. Organ trafficking, corporate fraud, and the coerced sale of human tissue. The officer looked at my disheveled state with skepticism, but as he pulled the yellowed documents from the envelope, his expression shifted to one of profound alarm. The papers weren't just the consent form. They were the corresponding financial ledgers, the hidden bank transfers from 8 years ago, signed by Jason and the powerful official whose son had received my liver. The sum was staggering, $20 million. It was the exact amount Jason had miraculously acquired to save his failing startup, categorized falsely under anonymous angel investments. Ma'am, where did you get these? The officer asked, signaling for a detective. They were hidden behind my wedding portrait, I replied, a bitter smile touching my lips. A portrait in the house that my husband built with my flesh, my sister's safety, and my mother-in-law's deceit. The next few hours were a blur of statements, cross-examinations, and quiet, intense conversations with federal investigators. The evidence I provided was a smoking gun, a direct link to a massive illegal organ market involving some of the city's highest-ranking elites. Jason hadn't just sold my liver, he had brokered the deal to secure his own empire. When I finally walked out of the station, the sun was beginning to rise, casting long, pale shadows across the wet pavement. My phone, which had been turned off, buzzed to life as soon as I powered it on. 50 missed calls, 30 from Jason, 20 from his mother. I didn't listen to the voicemails. I walked straight to my lawyer's office, the same one who had drafted the divorce papers that left me with nothing. Clara, my lawyer, Mr. Vance said, his eyes widening as I walked in. You look terrible. What happened? Change the agreement, Mr. Vance, I said, sitting across from him. I want half. No, I want everything that was bought with the company's initial $20 million seed money. I have the proof of origin, and I want an immediate restraining order against Jason Gibson and Kate Gibson, Mr. Vance, sensing the shift in my demeanor, immediately set to work. Over the next 48 hours, the empire Jason had so carefully constructed began to crumble. The police moved swiftly, executing a raid on his corporate headquarters. The news broke late Tuesday evening. Billionaire tech CEO Jason Gibson arrested amidst federal investigation into illegal organ harvesting and corporate fraud. I watched the news broadcast from my small rented apartment, sitting on the floor with a cup of cold tea. The footage showed Jason being escorted out of his glass-walled office in handcuffs, his face pale, his tailored suit rumpled. The arrogant sneer was gone, replaced by a look of sheer, unadulterated panic. My phone buzzed. It was an unknown number, but I answered it anyway. Clara! The shrill, hysterical voice of my mother-in-law, Kate, pierced my ear. Clara, you vicious, ungrateful bitch. What did you tell the police? They've frozen all our accounts. The villa is surrounded by reporters. You fix this right now, or I swear to God, or what, Kate? I interrupted, my voice flat, devoid of any of the fear I used to feel around her. Will you pull Lily's oxygen tube? Oh wait, you can't. Your son already had her thrown out into the rain like garbage. She's dead. A stunned silence fell over the line. You and Jason took everything from me, I continued, staring blankly at the wall. You used my name to send women to his bed so you could blame me for our failing marriage. He sold my liver to build his company. He traded my sister's safety for investments. You have nothing left to threaten me with, Kate. The police will be looking into your involvement in the financial cover-ups next. I suggest you find a good lawyer. I hung up, blocking the number. The next morning, I visited the funeral home. Lily looked peaceful, finally free from the machines, the tubes, and the agonizing limbo she had been trapped in for 10 years. I placed a bouquet of white lilies, her favorite, on the casket.